Hey everyone, thanks for stopping by our channel, Cooking with Jimmy K. Today we're going to be doing some beef jerky in the Masterbuilt smoker. You can use any smoker you want, or even the oven for that matter. So we're going to go about 250 for 4 hours in our Masterbuilt, but that'll all come later. We'll figure that out. What I have is I've got 10 pounds of London broil, and what we're going to do is we cut these across the grain because when we slice them, we're going to do it with the grain. And then we're going to make 5 pounds of teriyaki jerky and 5 pounds of pepper jerky. So we're going to get these in here and we're going to marinate them overnight. What I'm using is, we're using Cabella's jerky making kit. So we've got our teriyaki, we've got our pepper. And really all you do is you just add your jerky seasoning packet and your cure packet. And then you mix that with a cup of water and that's what you're going to marinate in. Now I like to wash off my jerky after it gets out of the marinade. Some people like to leave it on. I find that it gets very salty if you leave that on. So just rinse it with some water and then we're going to rack it up. One thing is, just a good reminder, is that we put this meat in the freezer just to make it easier to cut on the slicer. You certainly cut it with a sharp knife. Again, just about 1/4 inch slices. But we're going to use the meat slicer, make it nice and easy. Just got to get that side off a little bit. How's that looking on the other side, Kelly?
Looking good. Jerky time. Booby. Oh, you big old kitty. Are you gonna eat some beef jerky?
Hey, so just a public service announcement. When using the meat slicer, you should always turn it off before you go in and try to clean the meat out. So not a bad cut, will survive, but could have been a lot worse. All right, now that I survived a huge laceration on my finger.
Yeah, that's only a Band-Aid holding it.
we've got our meat cut up with a little extra flavor to it from hemoglobin, and we've got our 2 packets, 1 cure, 1 seasoning, and 1 cup of water. This is teriyaki, that's pepper. And we're gonna take this meat here and we're gonna throw it in the bowl. And like I said, we're gonna just marinate this overnight. So we got our teriyaki done, and you kind of get the picture. I'm not going to bore you with all the details. We are back the next day after our jerky's marinated for about 24-25 hours. So now what I'm doing is I'm taking the racks and I'm racking them up. So I just stacked these guys right on top of each other. I've got 4 racks. I'm going to use a Masterbuilt smoker, which is going to go about 170 for 4 or 5, 6 hours whenever it's done. Now you don't have to have a smoker to actually make jerky. You could do this and do it right in your oven at 180. Just flip the jerky every 30 minutes. Until it's half of its size, then you know that it's done. So you could also do it in a regular grill as well. So we're just going to get these, leave a little bit of space in between them so your smoke can get in there, or the air can get in between them. And then I've got a water pan there, and I've got a bottle of Yangling beer in there, and that's going to help it a little bit with the moisture when it's smoking. So we'll be back a little bit later when we get these racks on the smoker, and we'll see how it all looks.
Sounds good. Beef jerky time and daughter time. Hi, daughter. Oh my God, I love him.
All right, guys, we're gonna give you a little bit of a POV here. So we've got our smoker up to 170, and we're just gonna open the door on this guy. You see we got our beer tray in there, and I've already got 2 racks of the jerky in there. And then what we're gonna do is we're just gonna keep populating these guys in here and we are just gonna let them ride. Keep them going, and we'll be back every so often to give an update. All right, our jerky is all in the Masterbuilt smoker, and we're gonna take these vents, we're gonna keep them wide open, generate a lot of smoke in there, and then we're gonna smoke with some mesquite wood chips. So it'll give a nice jerky flavor. All right, we're about 2 hours into this cook, hopefully about halfway there. What I'm gonna do, we're just gonna take a good look at the meat here. Oh, that's looking nice. And what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna actually take these trays and I'm just gonna flip them around a little bit. So I'm gonna take this, put it on the bottom, etc. So I'm gonna move them all up so they get a little bit of a different cook. So we'll come back and check in about 2 hours. All right, guys, we're putting on the second batch of the pepper. The teriyaki came out pretty good. What I did do is I'm going to crank this sucker up to 250, and we're going to go about 4 hours. I'm going to see if that makes a difference on the cook. So we'll be back in a little bit. Hey, everyone. The jerky is done. We've got our teriyaki jerky here, and we've got our pepper jerky here. 250 for about 3.5, 4 hours. I ran this one a little bit hotter for the pepper jerky. The teriyaki jerky is very good. So it's 10 pounds of jerky, London broil. Give it a try. It turned out really, really good. Thanks for watching, and please subscribe to Cooking with Jimmy K.